not like stuck in the store. Everyone get aisle safe. Alright, Jim. It is that time. We're going to get started. We're in the red Sidor left to left. And we'll begin on page 289. Hallelujah. So rise, page 290 to the copy cutter. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Elohei Gibor Ha'ara Elyon Gomal Hatzadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Kasei Avot V'Mehi Go'alim V'Nei Ha'amat Shmo V'Yava Ve'Loser Moshio Magin Baruch atah Adonai Magin Avraham Atah Gibor Le'Lok Adonai Mechayim B'Tzim Atarav L'Hoshia Mashiach Baruch Marina Gashem Mechayim Mechased Mechayim B'Tzim Rachamim Rabim Samech Nothing V'Ropech Holding B'Matir Asirim Mechayim B'Metali Shenei Afar Michamal Kabal Gidurot Mitam Allah Melavim Mitzvayim Atzmim Nishua De'eman Atalach V'Yom Metim Baruch atah Adonai Mechayim Metim V'Gadesh V'Kabal Ham Geshem Shemasi Shimot Lavish V'Marom Kakatu V'Yadim Yecha V'Karazeh El Zeh V'Yomar Kadosh 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 Adonai Tzvaot Melech Haaretz K'vodo L'Umatam Rechim Meru Baruch K'vodo L'Redim V'Kamo Kibrei K'Tzakatu V'Limor Imo Adonai L'Olam Melech Tzion V'Dor V'Dor Hallelujah V'Dor V'Dor Nagigo Lecha V'Netzach Netzachim V'Dukat Hanavish Elohim V'Piloi Amusel V'Ed Kemal Gadol Kadosh Ata Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. So you can do this through page 299. First of all, meet up. They take a moment from you, otherwise we see page 300 for Hadish Mishalah. You get all you got, Shmeraba, you want to rock your tape, you want to say a title, you get a table, you tell the Adala, he's my friend from me. Hey, Shmeraba, Bara, Maya, Ibrahim, Sabaki, Barb, Peter Hamina, say to the very political to his ever clue. They love you for the Spirit, you forgot the next one that I'm the Almighty, Amen. Think about the one who plays up, who is my Amen. In his tomorrow, you to my people who plays up, Amen. But the Shalom, you're not good, so only the way to Amen. 301. In the Shabbat, Nakola, hey, do I just say, Shalom, Sakagari, Garason, Shalom, Samani, Shalom, Samani, Gaman, Gorami, Kipolamana, Ganat, Kori, Mishabi, Modi, Linara, Maki, Akados, Maru. Haaretz, Yishpotev Ve'tzedek, Ve'yamim Emunato. Adonai Malach Hagel Haaretz, Yisraelim Rabim, Anavar Mazliva, Zerukam Kiso. Shavatisma Trio Vatagelna Vinod Yehuda Lamanish Vatecha Adonai Yata Adonai Pages 17 and 18. Shiru Adonai Shir Kadash Ki Pautasa Oshia Lo Yemino Uzro Akosho Atia Adonai Yeshuato Leine Adoim Gilatzit Yato Zafar Razdo Benunato Levei Yisrael Ra'uvo Aseares and Yeshua Eloheinu Ariu Adonai Kol Haaretz Yitzvu Beraninu Bezam Beru Zamru Adonai Bevinor Bevinor Bekol Zimra Bechatzos Rosh Bekol Shofar Ariu Livnei HaMelech Adonai Yiram Hayamumo Tevel Beyoshveva Neharim Ba'ucha Yachad Harim Yeraneinu Livnei Adonai Kiva Lishpot Haaretz Lishpot Tevel Betzedek Ve'amim Pages 19 and 20. Adonai Malach Yirizu Amin Yeshet Krivim Hanut Haaretz Adonai Yitzim Gadol Ram Malachol Amin. Rabbeinu Adonai Eloheinu Yishachadu Ha'arkosho Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Those comfortable Jews to rise, pages 21 to Psalm 29. Yismor ledani, Abdul Adonai Eli, Abdul Adonai Kavod Ba'ozai, Abdul Adonai Kevo Shemo Yishach, Abdul Adonai Be'amra Kodesh, Kol Adonai Alamayim El HaKavod Yirim, Adonai, Amayim Rabim, Kol Adonai, Baruch Ayayay, Kol Adonai, Behadar, Kol Adonai, Shomer HaRazim, Vayishamer Adonai, Evatzei Haladon, Vayarkidei Yemoegel, Lebanon, Sirion, Emoben, Reini, Ayayay, Kol Adonai, Kotzem La'avodesh, Kol Adonai, Yachil Midbar, Yachil Adonai, Midbar Kadesh, Kol Adonai, Evolel Ayalot, Vayefesot, Ye'arot, Ulekalot,
is Vayakhel. So we get the story of the building and the assembly of the Mishkan, or of God's house on earth, the holiest place that we have. And so many of these things are built by one guy, whose name is Bezalel. He makes by hand all of the most sacred, most holy objects that we're going to end up with. And the question that popped into my mind while reading this is, what would it be like to be the first person to make something super important? Now, mind you, he's never seen any of these objects before, but somehow he's a crafts person and he has to make the cherubim that are on the altar where God appears. And you said, Elizabeth, make me a cherub. I would be like, what? I would probably draw you like a fat belly and some little arms. That's not a lot of construction. Make me a cherub. Sure, is it going to look like Michelangelo? Is it going to look like a Raphael? Is it going to be a lump of gold? Who knows? Not just all the cherubim, but God is said to appear between the two golden cherubims when they stare at each other. Cherubims is double plural, but you know what I meant. And it's a grammatical mistake. What would it be like to be given a job to do something so extraordinary and something so fraught with risk that you have never ever seen be done before? And it is also very hard to be told to make something you've never seen out of words. Words are something that symbolize what things look like, but there were no drawings, there were no sketches, there's no artistic rendering, there is no prop or whatever AI platform you like to use to give you a preliminary rendering. Somehow Bezalel has to come up with these things by himself. And you've probably heard this because I've heard it on so many podcasts, I can't remember where it originated. But there's an apocryphal story of a kid in school who understands how vague words are because his teacher gave them all an assignment that they had to write explicit instructions how to assemble a peanut butter sandwich. Have you ever heard this? Okay, yeah, okay. Well, I guess it was wondering. I thought there'd be more time. More podcasts, free will. It's the only way to drive safely around Atlanta. I discovered. If I listen to music, I go way too aggressive. So podcasts it is. Anyway, the point of this story is the kid goes home and says, okay, you take peanut butter and you put it on the bread, and you put the two pieces of bread together, you get peanut butter sandwich. And then when you take the words and you actually try to live them out as if they were instructions, turns out that's mighty vague. Take the peanut butter. Well, he didn't say open it. He didn't say unscrew the lid. He didn't say get a knife and put the knife in the peanut butter. So the teacher's up there, just sticks her hand in the peanut butter jar and starts slashing it on the bread. It is very hard to make things and to do things from just verbal instructions, let alone to make something so incredible as these prime centerpieces of God's holiest place. And I repeat myself, we get different people every week, so I'll say, and remember that holy doesn't just mean special. In the time of the Mishkan, it also meant something very dangerous, something very, very powerful. So it's like being the world's first electrician, and you were told to go wire a nuclear power plant with no drawings, nothing to do. Someone just said, wire it and make it go. So how is Bezalel able to do this? And the Torah says that God has given him every skill, ability, and knowledge and kind of craft. All right, so he's a super smart guy, but the part that we want to focus on is that also God, Imaleoto Ruach Elohim, has filled him with the Spirit of God. So somehow, this guy, Bezalel, there's an art school in Israel, if you forget his name, Bezalel, that's who he is. He doesn't come up so much except for now. Filled with the Spirit of God and is able to then figure out how to make stuff without having seen it before or had it passed down from generation to generation as a trade or anything other than the words telling him to go to it. So what does this phrase mean, Ruach Elohim, that he got? What did he get? He got a spirit, he got a wind. It occurs other times in the Torah. And one of the main times is in creation. That a Ruach Elohim merachefet al pnei hamayim, a wind of God or something, is what is instrumental in creating the earth. It flutters over the waters, and we end up with land and people and everything that we see. So maybe this is just some ability to make stuff. fills him with divine spirit or creative energy, the ability to make things. It's also a thing that Pharaoh sees in Joseph, this Ruach Elohim. Pharaoh asks, does anyone else have this kind of spirit of God who can be a dream interpreter? Okay, so maybe it's something about a sense of being able to understand. Some element of God that allows Joseph to be super wise and be the dream interpreter that we know and love. His holiday, or when we talk about what happened with him. But it also is in the Torah describing Balaam, a famous non-Jew who goes out to curse the Jews, but then God fills him with a Ruach Elohim, this spirit of God, and the curse that he's about to give becomes one of our favorite preschool songs, at least when I was in preschool. I don't know about your preschool. Ma tovu alecha Yaakov, ma tovu. Okay, so the prophet who goes out to curse the Jews ends up singing this beautiful praise and song, praising the Israelites because of this Ruach Elohim. So what is it? Is it the ability to create something? It's some sort of divine creative energy, or a divinely inspired wisdom, or a spirit of poetry that leads you to write one of the beautiful phrases about the Israelites? Could be all of these things. You could totally have a very classical rabbi, which I don't think anyone would accuse me of being, a very classic rabbi who would say, yeah, it means that the men of the Torah were super smart, and we should all admire them because they had this divine gift, and look up to them as the Gedolei Ador, the big, majestic symbols that they are. Totally valid response. Another response might be that sometimes when we set out to do things, it's because we want to imagine ourselves to be a really good writer, or a really good thinker, or the best entrepreneur, or I want to be so good my DIYs end up trending on TikTok, or I want to be a famous artist. So much of the time when we take on a big task, it ends up carrying an element of ego. I want to be good at this. Or, also ego, wow, I could never paint anything. I'm not a painter. Or no, I could never write a story. I'm not good at writing. No, Rabbi, I'll never lead services. I'm just not a singer. All of these ways where we stop ourselves from making, from creating, from inventing, from art, from science, because we think either I can't do it unless it's amazing because I've got to be so good at this, or I'm not even going to start because I know that I'm not good at it. It's not a part of my personality that I assign to myself. So maybe there's something that we have to remember in this Ruach Elohim that isn't integral to the character. It doesn't say, oh, Bezalel, he was the world's best artist. It doesn't say that Balaam was the only one who could write songs. But it says that all of them are touched by this Ruach Elohim, a spirit, a wind, and energy of God. So rather than imagining, okay, if I ever want to go home and make something, I have to be the world's best artist, maybe there's something we can take from this week's parsha to say, you know what? I'm going to go and I'm just going to start writing. Or I'm just going to start painting something. Or I'm just going to start trying to think up a new project. Because sometimes the world's biggest flashes of brilliance, of creativity, that moment of insight, isn't something that you have to have, but something that can come upon you. And it will come upon you if you take the time to sit down and start. If I were Bezalel and Moses had said to me in front of all of the Israelites, it's now your job to make these things, I'd give you a 95% odds, I would have said absolutely not, I don't know what I'm doing. But the story of Bezalel is he just starts doing it. And the Torah goes on to say, no commentary from him whatsoever, just he made this, he made that, he made this, he made that. He starts going. So Shabbat is not a day of creating, but I invite you to take this spirit with you into the week to come. And if there's some project, some moment of creativity, some idea you had but not let yourself start, maybe let go of the ego that sits behind that and say, maybe I'll start, maybe I'll end up in flow, maybe there will be a moment of Ruach. All right, we'll continue with our service. We didn't finish. finish Kabbalah Shabbat.
Good.
But you put me on mark. Are you sending me a subtle signal? No. Okay. Never mind. What page did you go?
Oh, yeah, I messed up. You do the Psalm spot.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I
I'll
thought.
be the wrong page.
So, Rabbi Kainsberg has a thing where he tries to incept ideas by turning it to a different page, which he usually does to Rabbi Miller, but I wasn't sure if that was happening. It was just a mistake, it wasn't incepting. We're on page 27. Not 39. He's marching on my Shabbat. Sadika Samaritra, Keren Samanam, Isya Shetuni, Rebesatona, Tefastro Telonim, Yaharidu, And you did not read yours. Okay. Beginning tonight and for the week to come, we are remembering the following yard sites in our community, and also including this afternoon: Samuel Broomfield, Jerry Burke, Joseph Heyman, Edith Wachtel, Manya Borenstein, Barbara Cohen, Hyman Drazen, Leon Fay, Bert Grossman, Dave Grossman, Joe Resnick, Bertha Singer, Sandra Adair, Rafa Glieger, Eugene Schmuckler, Hyman Weinstein, Alicia Adler, Fanny Bernstein, Avram Luck, Brian Portland, Zalman Friedman, Irving Levinson, Lydia Mandelbaum, David Shapiro, Deborah Tell, Mildred Zion, Joseph Abbey, William Bear, Gladys Epstein, Gerald Fishman, Rose Hershey, Jenny Levin, Bernie Siegel, Simone Chudnovsky, Bernard Abrams, Joseph Barton, Isabel Feintook, Joseph Rice, Bernard Haber, Leonard Siddell, Anna Schlesinger, Abraham Solomon, Dora Zwart, Charles Feingold, Saul David Goldberg, Percy Galemba, Martha Hyman, Jacob Klingloff, Louise Levine, Joseph Levinsky, William Music, Walter Oberfeld, Marilyn Salzberg, Sarah Tolkoff, Gertie Goldberg, Peter Milstein, Jerome Wanner, and Shirley Yoslowitz. We keep all those in mind as we rise to support those saying words of God. Continue individually, pages 47 to 53. If you're in personal prayer, please continue to read on page 53. ויפלו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם וקלטים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישלוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor HaNorah Elenu Kodesh Hashamayim Va'aretz Rokein Avot Yikaro Nechayim Eitzim V'Ma'amaro Ha'el HaKadosh Shein Kano Amen Ya'alenu Yom Shabbat Kosho Yivam Ratzon Le'aniach Lahem Yivam Ratzon Le'aniach Lahem Lefanav Novot V'yirav Chachar Ve'nodeh Lishmo B'chol Yom Tamid Me'on HaBerakot El HaCholot Adon Hashem V'kadesh v'shabbat v'barech sheli U'menyachi v'shalom v'sheoneh Sefer Ma'aseh Bereshit Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu Etzei Yirachenu Ka'asheinu If you like grape juice, there's plenty of grape juice. You can come get Phil, unless someone wants to be honorable and pass it. I want to just make a get some. Yeah. Get some. Oh gosh. Alright. The first row, yes, that's just the privilege of being great. Sabri, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam v'orei v'ri'ah Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzah b'anu v'shavat kodsho le'ahav ratzon hiftilanu zikaron ma'aseh b'reshit Yihu yom tefillah le'nikra kodesh zeh etziat Mitzrayim Anu b'chorta v'tzanu kidasha b'kol amid v'shavat kodesh v'yahavu ratzon v'kotanu Baruch atah Adonai v'kadesh Hashem. Is there someone here who has put their index card in the index card box who would like to be up here for a wing? 56? There's only one of you. That's all right. I'm not as embarrassing as everybody else. But if you were standing here, I would be so pleased. Not you. 56. Hallelujah. Mazel tov to Stacy and David Fisher on the marriage of their daughter Hallie Fisher to Adam Kaufman this weekend. And Mazel tov to Marissa and John Kaiser and Mindy David Ellen on the birth of daughter and granddaughter Amy Ingla Kaiser. Welcome to new members, Nick Livers and Abby Epstein. And it's with great sadness that we note the passing of Robert Levy, Marco, and Uncle Eris and Mason. William Schenk, husband of Patricia Kissel, father of Stacy and Michael, grandfather of Zachary, Allison, Lindsay, and Molly, and Aaron Justin. And Danny Rabinowitz, the father of Rourke Rabinowitz and grandfather of Herman. Please note the following. The World Zionist Congress elections are in full swing. It is all the pamphlets outside that I think are not aesthetically pleasing with saying mercans on them. That's what they're all about. The election decides how the money that we send to Israel is allocated through Karen Cameron, me, JNF, and some Federation spending. There's signs to see how you can vote. Anyone over 18 can vote how that money should be spent. It's about $1 billion, so worth voting. This Wednesday, I should start with that. This Wednesday, March 26th, our high school USY group is getting together at Mellow Mushroom. Rabbi Kay can talk to you about it. Women's Shabbat is the next Shabbat, the 28th and the 29th. We have people leading most everything of services, but it would be delightful if you would like to show up and see how amazing women teachers, doubters, Torah readers we have. Be supportive and just to enjoy. It's also that weekend, the Women's Seder on Sunday night. So we've made it into Women's Weekend, and we're trying not just to honor the people who have the chutzpah, or maybe I pressured them into standing in front of people and leading services, but also the many women who are with us or not, who have shaped and built our Jewish world. So we're going to have a gallery of women where you can honor a woman in your life, or multiple women who helped build your Jewish community and world, and we'll put up their faces and their biographies in the lobby for that whole weekend. Passover is coming. We still have space at all of our seders, the women's seder, the men's seder, and the congregational seder, which is the second night seder that I lead. Everything is still now open, but there's no more early bird special, sorry. But everything is online, or there are flyers out there for Passover in the lobby. And this is the last call for our Israel trip this June. If you would like to go to Israel with me and some families from B'nai Torah, we have people of all ages, some adult solos from families with teenagers. It's going to be a beautiful trip, but registration is closing, so if you're interested, come talk to me, or again, take one of the flyers. Everything can be found on our website or in the emails, and services are tomorrow at 9. Mincha is at keep getting what's on my notes. It's at 6. 6? Beautiful. We'll continue with Shalom Aleichem, and then we will do Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamelech.